Hi, John McCrudden here. Again, we're going to be talking about military veterans in this session, and specifically about converting your military veteran's resume to a civilian resume, which is really important for you to compete for civilian jobs. We're going to do it, and we're going to use a tool called ChatBDT, which I think you're familiar with. And it's going to relate to mostly transferable skills. You have wonderful experience in the military, and it doesn't convert nicely to somebody from HR reading about your military experience and the technologies that you used. And so the transferable skills and using ChatGPT to gain those transferable skills is really important. So how do you find ChatGPT? Well, it's really easy. It gets a little complicated because there's a lot of options when you Google ChatGPT. And so you'll see right here is you would look for the title chatgpt.com. There's a lot of other results you get when you type in ChatGPT free. But this is the one you want to use, chatgpt.com. And you click on it, and this is what you see. You know you're in the right place when you can get ChatGPT and ask anything. Now you can open up an account where you see you have a login, where it can save some information and save. But it's free, and we're going to use ChatGPT to show you how to convert your military skills, your military experience to civilian for HR. So here is one example of several. I'm converting the following military skills for a civilian resume. So you open up your ChatGPT request to convert following military skills for civilian resume. And then you type in the military skill you have. In this case, we put in Defense Advanced GPS Receiver Dagger. Now, what you'll notice is it'll go right into when transferring military skills like operation. You should see the information you put in that first sentence. This is what they're going to convert for you. Defense Advanced GPS Receiver for Dagger into civilian terms for a resume. And remember I mentioned transferable skills, such as technical skills, problem-solving skills, and communication. So they're going to find them for you. So here's the technical skills. Proficient in GPS technology and systems, skilled in the use of maintenance of advanced GPS equipment to ensure precise. This is one of your bulleted statements for your resume. Here's another one. Systems operation and troubleshooting. Able to operate, calibrate, and troubleshoot complex GPS systems to ensure optimal performance for high-stakes, mission-critical environments. Now, I want you to think about something. If other people are using ChatGPT, which they are, they're going to have very similar statements, aren't they? So 80% of your resume is done when you use ChatGPT. What isn't done is the personalization of it. And what do I mean by that? Under systems operation and troubleshooting, able to operate, calibrate, and troubleshoot complex GPS systems is a perfect statement. What you should then open up and personalize it by making it your own. What did you do to troubleshoot complex GPS systems? What was the result? So in each statement in a resume is what did you do, how did you do it, and then did you do it well? So what's missing in these statements is your personalization of it. And your resume, again, is only 80% done when you use ChatGPT. The other 20% is the personalization. Is what did you do is already captured. How did you do it? Maybe a personalization of it. And then did you do it well? So in this case, able to operate, calibrate, and troubleshoot complex GPS systems, which ensured optimal performance and increased mission critical environments by 50%, something like that. Now, only you can fill that out because only you had that experience. So think about that. Think about what was your personal connection to that skill, that transferable skill we're writing. Let's take another. Geospatial data interpretation, experience, analyze, and interpret GPS data to support decision making, which resulted in, or decision making such as a field experience that you've had, a specific experience that you had in which you saved lives, you increased the operation efficiency, resulting in, or a lot of times the word resulting in will be captured here. Attention to detail, demonstrated ability to provide accurate data and update to leadership, such as quarterly reports, which resulted in lower margin of error or a 60% less margin of error. So do you see how you're personalizing it, and this makes your resume that much more powerful? Here's another one. Equipment maintenance and optimization. Responsible for maintaining the operational integrity of the high-tech GPS devices, including software and hardware inspections. And you can say in software such as, which resulted in ensuring systems remain functionally 100% of the time. Okay? This is important that you personalize these statements. Otherwise, people are going to know you're just getting it from ChatGPT. You need to personalize these statements. And this is just one example. Let's take a look at another example. So, in many cases, when you're in the military, you get many certifications and training situations. A lot of these training situations that you've been through convert very nicely to civilian life. So here's an example, combat life-saving certification, okay? So this is what resulted in you typing in combat life certification, or any certification you have. Combat Life Certification is a training program designed for military personnel, provided to them with necessary skills to perform basic medical care. Okay, so that's what you come up with, and if that's exactly what you have, then what you do is you take the overview for basic trauma care, basic medical skills. Control bleeding, techniques like applying pressure, using tourniquets, and packing wounds, resulting in several field experience in saving military personnel, something like that. CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, personalize it. Utilize several times in the field to reduce complications on injuries, something like that. Might be personalization, so that they can see how you applied it. Again, I'll repeat this. ChatGPT only completes your resume 80%. The 20% is your personalization, and talking about not just what you did, which is what ChatGPT puts down, but how did you do it and what was the result. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Okay, as I promised, here's another example. You are a transportation officer. So what we do in ChatGPT, we put in the blank area where it's asking for your information is, again, we say convert military skills to civilian jobs with a comma, and then we mention our title. In this case, it's Transportation Officer 88A. And look what ChatGPT gives us. It tells us what your job was, and you know that, and there shouldn't be any problem with mentioning that. But look at this. It gives you the category of your skills, your transferable skills to the civilian market. Logistics management, project management, leadership and team management, inventory management, problem solving, budgeting, safety, compliance. All of these categories are transferable. So let's take a look at the first one, logistics management. Your statement in your resume would be managing transportation operations, logistics planning, coordinating the movement of personnel and equipment. That's what your statement would be. And as I mentioned earlier, that's what you did, and ChatGPT can give you that. What it can't give you is how did you do it and did you do it well? And this is where you would add in, which ensured 100% compliance with regulations and a increased maintenance guarantee in transport vehicles. So this is what you want to do, again, with what ChatGPT gives you. You want to be able to use their basic statements, and then you want to be able to add in how did you do it and did you do it well, which a lot of times includes percentages, okay? Logistics coordinator, again, under civilian equivalent, is logistics coordinator, supply chain management, fleet manager, transportation manager, operations manager. Okay, these are the categories, the titles that you can apply for. And if you go through some of my other recordings, you'll see how you can just plug in these titles and come up with jobs anywhere in the country. So the civilian counterpart to your job in Transportation Operations 88A is logistics coordinator, supply chain manager, fleet manager, transportation manager, operations manager. Plug those titles into your job search, either in LinkedIn, in Indeed.com, and other job boards that you use. Okay, let's take a look. Project management. The military skills was planning and executing complex transportation missions, managing teams, meeting deadlines, and ensuring efficiency and safety. So what can we take from a statement like that? We can say planned and executed complex transportation missions, which included managing teams, 100% meeting deadlines, and ensuring efficiency 80% or 90% of the time and safety. What are the job titles that mimic this military job? Project manager, operations director, program manager in manufacturing, construction, and transportation. Again, plug those jobs into your job search online tool, whether it's ZipRecruiting, Indeed, or LinkedIn, and you'll be able to come up with jobs that you could apply for. The trick is when you plug those jobs in, you'll see the job descriptions, and then you can go back and see what other job description skills you have to put in your resume as well. Okay, so good luck with ChatGPT. It's a wonderful tool to help you manage your convergence of your military resume to your civilian resume.